Yo, we're going to talk about Kevin Samuel's statement about millionaires versus education. I was watching a video from him earlier today, and he made some interesting statements in his conversation with a lady. And I'm an accountant, so some of the things that he was saying, I know that what he does is more so to like guide women into a relationship. I'm assuming, and so this lady, I believe she was saying that I can't really remember exactly what she was saying. I think she was saying something like she was either hoping to meet a man in college or while she was taking classes or something like that. Whatever it is. And or maybe she just brought something up about education. I can't remember. But he put out a statistic, and I'm gonna play it just so you guys can hear it. And so that's what he said.
Taking the conversation somewhere where 72% of the millionaires in this country don't have college degrees. So college, you're the most.
Now, two things to like pay attention to. He said 72% of millionaires in this country do not have college degrees. And I don't know if you can hear it, but real low, she says, true, right? I'm going to play that again. I'm going to play that part again. Let's see.
Hold on. You're taking the conversation somewhere where 72% of the millionaires in this country don't have college degrees. So college, you're the most college enrolled with the most college debt, but you're still not. Anyway, the point is 200.
So it says 72% of millionaires do not have a college degree. And that is like the opposite of everything that I had ever seen through economics class, through any of my researches, and most people who I know who are in the financial sector. Most of us, we probably have never seen that number. So it made me start doing some like researching, because I know that is something that is very prevalent in my community per se. Like a lot of people preach, you don't need college to be successful. You don't need a degree. You don't need, which is still a very true statement. You do not need a college degree to get rich or to be a millionaire or to be a billionaire or to make a lot of money or make 100,000. You don't have to have a college degree to have a financially lucrative career. The thing is, from everything that I've ever seen, the number was more closer to 80%, 78%, or 80% at different times. Millionaires, 80, 78 to 80% of millionaires had a college degree, right? Which is the exact opposite of everything that you may hear if you don't actually do the research yourself. He said 72% of millionaires do not have a degree. That is completely the opposite way that I've ever seen. So I got on my phone, started looking, trying to see, where he may have seen these numbers. Not really sure where he pulled the numbers from, but if you go on Google right now, right, because we Google everything, right? But you want to look for a study. Somebody has actually done studies on the number of millionaires versus education, or they have the BLS labor, BLS.gov has already done certain kinds of, research to show you like different things. So I don't know where he got his number from, but I go on Google and I type in what percentage of millionaires have a college degree. Now, when I was in college, the number was about 78%, and at different times, different years, the number would be closer to 80%. And whenever I would get into these discussions with people, say on like Facebook or real life, and I post a picture with my degrees, like, yo, I made it, I got out of there, right? And people like, yo, that's great. Like I get a message from somebody I know, a big homie, a little cuz, or whatever, And so I get a message like, yo, that's great. I thought about going to college, but you know what I'm saying? You don't even really got to go to college to become a millionaire. And then I was like, yeah, that's true. That's true. And then I would see statements on people's pages saying, hey, that's great that people are graduating right now, but most millionaires don't even have a degree. And that is not a true statement. Most millionaires actually have a degree. As a matter of fact, at the time, it was 78 to 80% of millionaires had a degree. So that would be a 1 in 5 chance of being successful without a degree versus 4 out of 5 chance of being successful if you have a degree, financially successful. Not saying that you're going to enjoy your jobs. I'm not even saying that. We're just talking about the money itself, right? By the way, if you guys could, I see a few of you guys on here, could you please smash the like button, try and get this ranked higher in the YouTube algorithm. I appreciate you kindly. By the way, check in. Let me know where you guys are watching from. But so I wanted to see what he meant when he said 72%, because maybe things had changed since I was, I guess, in college. But, seems like everybody's going to college now. Like the bachelor's degree is the new associate's degree almost, right? Like at one point in say like my dad's time, nobody even was really even getting associate's degrees. So if you got an associate's degree in his time, that was crazy because they still had jobs that didn't require any education, that you could be trained on, get a certificate or learn some kind of trade and still not really get an associate's degree. And then it moved up. So my sister's generation, they got bachelor's degrees. And in my generation, they get master's and doctorates. Like there are people working in the mall, in the jewelry store who have master's degrees now, like because everybody's college is pushed on everybody. So now if you don't have a degree, from the people that I used to work with, I can tell you that not having that degree stopped them from progressing a lot, when even if they had an associate's degree, even in today's time, there were situations where even just having an associate's degree gave somebody an edge because somebody else didn't have a degree. But now everybody has a degree, or they have some kind of high skilled training that now makes them very qualified or more qualified. You got all these Lima Six Sigma, whatever they call Six Sigma training and all that kind of stuff. Like you got black belt, green belts, you got HR certifications, accounting certifications, you got all these different things. Somebody said they're glad they got, All Pro say he's glad he got his, but it wasn't cheap. Let me see what he said, because it's hard for me to see from this end. By the way, where you guys watching from? Y'all check in for me. Let me know where y'all watching from. Let's get these likes up, man. We only got 6 likes so far, man. Let's get these likes up, man. Y'all smash that like button. But so now, had he made a statement maybe more along the lines, because first, let me tell you guys what the number is that I saw, right? As soon as you go on Google, type in what percentage of millionaires have a college degree, and the largest national study, because he also said 72% of millionaires in this country do not have a college degree. And, so this country, meaning national, right? So the largest study that was ever done in the largest study of millionaires ever done shows that 88% of millionaires graduated from college. Okay, 88% of millionaires graduated from college, 88%. So there's only 12% of millionaires who do not have a college degree. And it's going to be a lot of your athletes who are born just talented beyond belief. It's going to be a lot of your artists, and a lot of them actually have degrees, but it's going to be a lot of your artists as far as like singers and songwriters and a lot of those people. But even some of those people still have degrees. But a lot of that is going to be super talented people, right? Or if somebody's like a genius, right? So even in the era of the billionaires, because we're like in this billionaire era, we probably are going to get our first trillionaire in our lifetime. But we're in this billionaire era, and even most billionaires have a college degree. As a matter of fact, let me see. Because a lot of people say, well, what about Mark Zuckerberg? First of all, Mark Zuckerberg is a genius. All right. Are you a genius? Now, if you're a genius, it's possible. All right. But for us regular people out here who might just be extremely smart and exceptionally smart, but maybe we're not geniuses, we might just want to get that degree, But Mark Zuckerberg, genius. Bill Gates, genius. But for the large part, most billionaires have a degree. Let's see what percentage of billionaires. What percentage of, okay, went to college. All right, so, all right. And so only about, well, that's an older study. So let me see if there's one more recent study. Let's see, because it looks like about 30% of billionaires did not go to college, which means that 60%, 70%, 66% or so did go to college, and they're billionaires or so. So it's still only I don't want to say a handful of billionaires, but definitely not 50-50. It's definitely not 70% of billionaires didn't go to college and became billionaires. Most billionaires still went to college. If it's even 51%, that's on the greater side. And we're talking like 65%, 66%, 70% of billionaires went to college. So it's not even that, that even in that category where somebody's earning an extreme amount of money. The owner of Nike is a CPA, or the co-founder, I think, co-founder, I don't know if it's the owner still, but co-founder of Nike, Phil Knight, is a CPA. He's an accountant. He's richer than Jordan many times over. And people just don't, for whatever reason, we discredit college. I understand that people got student loans and they're not necessarily sure what they were supposed to do with their degree or whatever. I understand this. I dig it. Now, if, say, Kevin Samuels had said, instead of saying 72% of millionaires in this country do not have a degree, had he said something more like 72% of millionaires in this country do not work in the field that they went to college in, that could be a more true statement. I don't know. Like, there's people who have a history degree and they work in HR, or they work in computer science, or they work in whatever. They get some kind of certification that allows them to work in a different field, or maybe they work in management at a store or something. A lot of millionaires may not work in the field, or maybe they do construction, or they flip houses. Friend of mine, Kelly, I'm not really even sure what his bachelor's degree is in, his undergrad is in, but he went to FAMU, graduate from FAMU, and he flips houses. Like he has a modeling company. They're building a neighborhood right now, and I'm pretty sure, I don't think he went to school for construction or whatever that would be considered, to go to get a degree in. But he's still making a living. But my thing is, and I tell this to people all the time, that even though you may not be working in your field, I believe that once you get a degree, and it's a reason I kind of think that a lot of people who are successful in other areas still have degrees, because I think that the degree still gives you like a certain confidence to go out and feel like you can do other things, you can do things. Because if you ever talk to someone who doesn't have, talk to a 25-year-old who doesn't have a degree and they're looking for a job, find out what kind of jobs they're looking for. They're looking for jobs that don't require certain levels of education. And because of that, they kind of disqualify themselves even for certain positions, because they don't even go out for them. They don't even try if they believe that the position is going to require a degree. You wouldn't believe how many 20 something year olds, 30 something year olds that I know who will go get a job at a location and never shoot for management in that position or never apply just for the management. They always apply to just be an associate or to be, a general employee. They never think, hey, I'm going to go for this management position coming in the door, right? They just automatically disqualify themselves from being management. I don't have any management experience. I don't got no degree. It is what it is. But somebody who may have had management experience from another location, they'll come in and just apply straight for that management position. But it's like a light switch. So a lot of that, I believe, when people go to college, and even if they're not working in that field that they're working in, they have way more confidence in just life when they're trying to decide other things that they can do. They don't feel so like bogged down. It's proven. I don't want to quote these numbers. I ain't gonna get no numbers, but I definitely read somewhere that a higher educated society is a safer society. That dropout rates and crime in certain cities, they kind of coincide, and it made me wonder, like, what's the reason for that? Like, why would a high dropout rate in a city also kind of coincide with the high crime rate? And they're saying that even if me and you made the same amount of money, and that even if we make the same amount of money and I'm educated and you're not, you are more likely in a I want to say in a macro type of situation. You're more likely in a large portion of the society I don't want to say large portion of the society. I don't know the term that I'm trying to say, but you're more likely per capita or whatever to go out and do something more violent than I would be, or to do some kind of crime than someone who is more educated. Even if we make the same amount of money, you're more prone to crime or to doing something, I guess, against the law than I am. Now, I'm not saying, because people will hear something like that and think, oh, well, I know plenty of people who got master's degrees and doctorates who do illegal stuff. Not saying that at all. I'm saying that if you got 100 doctors, with PhDs or MDs or whatever, they are less likely as a whole to do illegal acts or violent crimes. Maybe it's a violent crime thing, but they're less likely to do violent crimes than 100 uneducated people. And I think that's just still about the confidence. Because if somebody who has a master's degree, they lose their job, they're not going to go out and just try and crash out in large part. Some people will. Some people going to crash out regardless. But in large part, somebody got a master's degree, doctorate, they not, they lose their job or they got to go find another job. They have a different sense of, oh, I'll be okay. But, the person who may have lower education, lose their job, they may be more willing to do something riskier because they don't feel like they have as many options. So that is one side of that. I don't know who's going to crucify me in these comments or in this video, but these are just some of the things that I was learning in economics or whatever, that kind of thing. But it doesn't mean that anyone is less, okay, I want to say has less ability to do something, because of course if you go to school for nursing, you're definitely more inclined to know how to be a nurse than somebody who didn't go to school for it. But it doesn't mean that the person is not as smart as somebody else, or not as capable if they apply it themselves. So it is what it is. But when he said 72% of millionaires do not have a degree, I was thinking, like, how many doctors, lawyers, accountants, economists, like, do you know how many people he just said, like, we're talking about, you just swung the pendulum, like, you just, like, went in completely the other direction with this. Like, now, if he had said 72% of millionaires who have college degrees don't work in their field, then that could be probably something more probable. But this other way, from the information that I have, that ain't true. I don't know what you guys have seen, but that's not. As a matter of fact, hold on, let me see what you guys have said. Let me see what y'all have said in the comments. See what's going on here. But make sure you guys smash the like button. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button. Okay, so let's see. I'm glad I got mine, but I did it cheap. Okay, so all pro said he did his degree cheap. See, out of DC. By the way, where you guys from? Houses for sale in Gary, Indiana. How many people are stuck with student loans for life? Community college is almost free with student aid. Okay, laugh out loud. Look at the national student loan debt. It's a joke. All right, so here we go. Now we're talking. This is a whole different conversation. All right, get your popcorn, cause don't make me go into it about the student loan situation, because there's more going on than just the student loan, the debt ceiling, the student loan situation, the student debt. I don't know where y'all grew up. I don't know where y'all came from. I don't know. I'm gonna just tell you the real. College is free. Unless your people got money, college is free. Okay, all my hood people who might be watching, who grew up the way I grew up, I'm from the hood. All right, I ain't know nothing about college. I didn't go to college coming out of high school. I went in the military because I didn't feel like we could afford it, because I didn't know anything about college, right? But now that I know, and I went back through it, I got 2 degrees in 2.5 years, associate's degree in healthcare management, a bachelor's degree in accounting. But going back through it as an adult, I ended up taking debt because I had a certain lifestyle that I was used to living, and I didn't want to live below that. I took on like $30,000 when I went back, or whatever, $32,000 in student loans or whatever. Nothing crazy, because I still at that point understood that I needed to take less than what I would be able to get from a career, from a job. My first job, I knew had to be paying me more than whatever student loan that I was going to take while I was in college. Now, for everybody else who coming up the way I came up, we feel like we can't afford college and we must take on this student loan debt. And that is not true at all, okay? We take on student loan debt because we don't know anything about college. If you go to a public school, a state college, an associate's degree school, like a community college or some kind of IT, no, I won't say ITT tech, but go to some kind of technical school that's paid for by the state, not a private school. See, that's part of the miseducation of our folks, right? If you're coming from the hood, you don't know nothing about college, and college is free for us. You know who got to pay for college? Rich people kids. They got to pay, rich people. They got to pay for college for their kids. And you don't hear them complaining about student loan. You hear the people who from the hood complaining about student loans. Why are hood people complaining about student loans? Because you can get the Pell Grant in the state of Georgia, you get the Pell Grant. If you graduated from high school in the state of Georgia, I don't know, I think Florida may have something like this, but if you graduated, I'm here in Atlanta, so I don't know where y'all from. Well, I know some people from DC. Well, I don't know, where is everybody from? But if you're in Georgia and you graduated from high school in the state of Georgia, then college is free so long as you go to school in the state. Not like a private school in the state, but like a public school in the state, right? I didn't know this, okay? I didn't know this, okay? It's so much that I didn't know, but I graduated in Florida. I grew up in Florida. I grew up in Tallahassee. But I could have gone to school right there in Florida, I believe for free, which I technically did because I enrolled at TCC, Tallahassee Community College, but I didn't do right. I was trying to get the ID card so I can get in the club. That was it. And then I went to the military after that. But college is free. You do not have to take the student loan. That is up to you if you take the student loan and go buy rims or go buy clothes and stuff like that. That is up to you, okay? You do not have to take that. You can get a job, you can work, or you can be responsible even if you do take the student loan and take what you need. You know how many people I know who took that student loan and bought rims and bought Chevys and gold teeth and jewelry and bonded their boyfriend out of jail or gave their sister some money so she can get her hair did. That is. I mean, it's up to you what you want to do with your money, right? But we feel this, student loan this, student loan that. Student loans is not the problem. It's the miseducation of the whole education system, of how to use the education system in general, because you do not have to take the student loan to go to school. School for you, if you're one of my broke people out here watching, how I was, you do not have to pay for school. College is free. The United States is already paying for education, whether or not you graduated from school in that state. Because think about it like this. It's two ways that college could be paid for you. Two ways. One is you, well, I don't even want to go to three ways, but one is you graduate from school in the state and you go to school in that state. All right? College is free. Two, if you come from out of state like I did, I came from Florida. I had a Florida high school, decided to go to school. I think I was in Kansas wherever I was at. And then the federal program, the Pell Grant, paid for college still. My tuition was pretty much paid for the Pell Grant, right? So I even got a check back. Not everybody, you get a little check back, if you qualify, right? And so, like college my tuition was paid for. My books was paid for. You don't have to pay for college. College is free. But there's too much unnecessary understanding of this program. Too many people don't understand how college works. They go get a degree in a program that they don't even want to use. You know how many people I know with psychology who are in school or went to school for psychology, and they say, "So you plan on being a psychologist?" No. Are you planning on being a psychiatrist? No. Well, why are you getting a psychology degree? Well, I just like how people think. I just think that's interesting. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, what? You're not trying to use this at all? And then those who are like, yeah, so are you going to be a psychologist? I guess I might be. Do you know what it takes to become a psychologist? No, I don't know yet. But you're in your third year or you're in your second year and you don't even know what the requirements are. You think once you get your bachelor's degree, you're going to be a psychologist? No. You got to go get your master's, do your clinical, and then, I got to go to school. How long? I got to do all that? I ain't going to be able to make that. Well, I might not get out of these 2 years I'm in. So maybe you need to find something that you can get a 2-year degree in that would work. And you can get an associate's degree in one thing, then a bachelor's degree in something else, and then a master's degree in something else. You can have 3 different fields that you can work in, and you get an associate's degree. My suggestion, get an associate's degree in something like nursing that only requires a 2-year degree to become a registered nurse, or that you can actually go to work after your first 2 years. Then go get your bachelor's degree in something like accounting, because you can't be an accountant with anything less than a bachelor's degree. Associate's degree. Everybody out there watching this who is in school with an associate's degree in accounting, go do something else. Go do something else. Get something in computer science that you get a certification in or something like. Do something else, because that ain't gonna help you. Okay, you get you can go to school for 2 years, get your associate's degree in accounting. Go to school, start in your 3rd year, go into your 4th year at your university, because after your 2nd year, you graduated from your community college, you go to let's say you go to FAMU, right, in your 3rd year. And you get to your 4th year and you drop out before you finish your 4th year, right? Like you had 3.5 years in the college and you drop out. You did complete your associate's degree in accounting, but you dropped out at 3.5 years into your bachelor's degree program in accounting. You are still not an accountant, and it's hard for you to find a position because you can't be an accountant, right? Can't sit for the CPA, can't do none of that, right? So, but if you had at least got that associate's degree in nursing, you could still go do that. And once you finish your bachelor's degree in accounting, that's done. Now you can move on, get your master's degree, your MBA, you can get your master's in IT, something else. Then, if you decide you don't want to do nursing, you don't want to do accounting, you can still do IT because you got a master's in computer science. And then you get tired of computer science, you go do travel nursing. Go do that for a little while. You come back, I'm gonna be an accountant. I want to do taxes. And I want to work in an accounting firm. I want to work in insurance services. You can do any of those things, but you have 3 different career paths. What people end up doing is they get an associate's degree in accounting, they get a bachelor's degree in accounting, and they get a master's degree in accounting. And then they realize, I don't want to be an accountant no more. Or like, oh, I didn't even realize I don't want to do this. So, but that's all they've done. And, once you get a bachelor's degree, the bachelor's degree don't really help you, certification. Like it might help you if you need a certain amount of credits to sit for the CPA, because you usually need about 150 credits. I had 150 credits before I even finished my bachelor's degree program. I had like 192 and I was still in because of the military. Long story. Anyway, so, we don't know enough about college to even talk about the student loan thing, because you don't have to get the student loan. That's up to you, right? But we need to learn how to be responsible financially, financial literacy. That's why I said on the previous video that I want to start steering this channel into financial literacy, because it's too much it's too much information that we don't know to even make a decision about college or things. And when Kevin Samuels, 2 things to note. When he said 72% of millionaires don't have a college degree, and everything that I've seen says 80% or higher. 88% is the last thing that I saw, that 88% of millionaires do have a bachelor's degree or higher, right? And so when saying this, right, the lady responded, true. She agreed with him, and I can't prove these numbers. I can't prove these numbers. I just can't. And in my personal life, everything that I've seen, these numbers is not right. Like 72%, it can't be right. I mean, it's not something that I can pull up, attest to. It's not something that I've studied in college in a curriculum. That number isn't right. She agreed without any kind of looking anything up. That's why I'm even telling you guys, don't take my word for it. Don't take my word for it, okay? I could be wrong. He could be right. So look it up for yourself. See what percentage of millionaires have a college degree. Do the research for yourself. Stop. Don't just listen to relationship people. He has a nice suit on. He speaks very clearly, and I'm sure he saw something somewhere. And maybe it was just a misstatement that he made, but I can't back these numbers up. I don't know anybody who can back these numbers up. Let me see what y'all saying, because I can't see nothing from here. Phone. Yeah, I got like 5 phones, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the phone now. So if y'all don't like my quality right now, it's blame Samsung. I don't know. I like using this phone to go live with this one. So let's see. All right. I don't know what's going on with this thing. But anyway, make sure y'all smash that like button, man. Smash that like button for me. I don't know. All right, here we go. Okay. Yeah, I heard that Georgia has the lottery funded scholarship for their students that covers a lot. Yeah. My little boy goes to a charter school, which is like a private school, but the state pays for it, right? So he got the whole little, we got to pay for the clothes and all that, but the state, he won the lottery, he hit some kind of education lottery, and he go to school, to a private school for free. It's a great school. Shout out to Ace. But, that's, there's a lot of options out here. So don't let the media and your cousin complaining, because don't get me wrong, student loan debt is bad because too many people got into who are not financially literate or even understood a certain system, understood what they were doing. And that's the only problem that I really have with the student loan or the education issue. Because I will say, if you go to a bank and you say, hey bank, I want to go to school. Can I borrow $50,000? And they're going to say, for what? And you're going to say, because I want to get a degree in basket weaving. They're gonna say, is there money in that? And you say, I don't know. I assume so. They got the program at school. So can I get this degree in basket weaving? I don't know why I use the term basket weaving. I think I saw that on a real curriculum, like on an old curriculum somewhere, not like in my time, but like people like, yeah, people used to go to school for basket weaving. But whatever it is, like, can I go to school for psychology? And they're like, okay, well, are you planning on being a psychologist? And I'm like, no. So like, what do you plan on doing when you get this degree? Oh, I don't know. I work at Verizon, so I'll probably just, continue working at Verizon. But they say it's good to have a degree. They're gonna tell you no because it doesn't make sense. But with student loans, they just go ahead and give you the loan. They don't ask no questions. They give it to any and everybody. They make it fair across the board. They're not even diving into how smart you are. If you're gonna be the kind of person that is shown that you can pay things back, they're not gonna ask you questions. They're not gonna even care that you just got put out of your apartment, you just got your car repossessed. They don't care your cell phone just got shut off. They don't care that you got 2 apartments on your credit report. They don't care about none of that. They go, how much you need? Here it goes, y'all. Go to school. Go to school. Even though school is already paid for, you're going to get a check that's going to come back to you. So go ahead and do your thing. So it's financially irresponsible people getting student loans. So that is the problem that we have. Like, there is no real guidance on what you should be going to school for. Another thing is the counselors at the school. The counselors at the school are counselors at the school. Most of them have never worked in the field, right? There's like, they went to school. Some of them, even I remember at one of my community colleges, the guidance counselor had just graduated like the semester before, used to working there as like a student helper and got a position as a guidance counselor. Okay? They're giving you guidance on, say, an accounting position, right? Like they say, hey, this degree is good. You should get a finance degree over an accounting degree because finance people do this. If you get an accounting degree, you're going to be stuck doing this. Or vice versa. You should get an accounting degree over a finance degree because with an accounting degree, you can do this. This is going to look good on your resume. But they have no real world experience with any of the stuff they talk about. They haven't ever been an accountant. They don't know what PricewaterhouseCoopers is judging your resume off of. They don't know what Ernst & Young is going to be trying to see if you have experience in a certain area or what they're looking for, what class would look better than another. They don't know. They're just guessing, And these are the people guiding you to whatever, like these are the people guiding you. So you don't know, Anyway, matter of fact, make sure if you haven't already smashed the like button, man, please smash the like button. Let's get this ranked up higher in the YouTube algorithm. See, there's a few people on here right now, man. Let me know where y'all from. My sinus is going crazy. Weather change here. Commercials. I picked up the wrong phone. Don't blame me. All right. So depends on income level. Most middle class kids are getting burnt. I didn't come from middle class, so I don't know. All right. I'm telling you, the people who I actually see complaining are not from the middle class. Okay. People I see complaining about student loans are financially irresponsible. They coming from a place where now they're moving into the middle class, but they made these mistakes before they was middle class. So yes, these people might be making $80,000 now, but they're not from the middle class. They're not coming from the middle class. They're coming from a poor mindset. And also, even people in the middle class still have a poor mindset. Another financial literacy issue. Do you know how many people I know personally that I've been around in my professional setting who made $85,000 a year going to rental center? Going to a rental center to get a couch and a TV and whatever to furnish their 4-bedroom house. They go in there, they're gonna get everything, and they're gonna rent to own it 1 week at a time. You know how many people I know who work in accounting sections and have accounting backgrounds who are bad with money? Just it's a lot, okay? It's a big deal. It's a lot of people out here messing like financially who don't just they didn't come from money. Their parents didn't teach them money. Their grandparents didn't teach them money. They don't know anybody. They're the first generation to have their shit together. You know, so or even if their grandparents had their stuff together, their parents didn't, or whatever. Whatever it is. And even if all of their parents, like let's say your grandparents had their stuff together, but they were farmers. They've sold the farm. The farm is gone. You didn't grow up on the farm. You grew up in the city. You're in a whole different lifestyle. They used to go get the eggs out the chicken coop. We got to go to the grocery store. It's a different mindset. We're not thinking about things the same way. We think an apartment is cool because we got, 800 square feet in this apartment. They had 50 acres, 100 acres. We're coming from completely different mindsets. See that too. Let me see what y'all talking about. All right, so see that too. All Pro says people spend way too much on housing when they are in college. It's all perspective, right? Like you don't own nothing. You just in college. If you're in college town, I know people who make 100K but still rack up credit card debt for sure. So it's a mental issue. Like we have a financial education requirement. That's why I'm definitely going to be leading this channel in that direction, because it's just so much small things that if we just change that mindset, it'll be completely different. If you see these paintings back here, these paintings are from a Nigerian artist. I just bought the second one today and went into Atlanta. The guy imported them, and so I guess I'm a collector now. Never thought I'd be doing this. Okay. All right. So but if y'all could make sure y'all smash the like button, man. And if you want to, if you ever want to support this channel, we do receive super chats, if y'all ever want to. And also, I'm gonna start putting my Cash App up, because I know a lot of people be like, what's your Cash App? I don't never do that, but I'm definitely gonna do that. Try crypto part-time. If you're in college, try crypto part-time. It's all gambling, it's all gambling. So don't put nothing out there you can't afford to lose. So, but yeah, crypto has made a lot of money. Some people, there's always get winners and losers. So depending on what part of the gamble you in. Like if you're in the beginner part, you might win a lot. Kind of back end, they might crash it on you. Who knows? But I've definitely dabbled in the crypto game, and I got some people who I'll be having on this channel who do cryptocurrency. So anyway, right now you're watching Casino is a Name. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, man. And we are out of here.